Friends can be bullies, and I really wish I wasn't the one telling you this. Maybe you already know, you probably know, but your friends can be the ones that make your life impossible and harass you. And I'm saying this because at the time I didn't connect both things. I thought if someone is my friend, meaning it's someone I spend time with, or most of my time with, in general, there is a good vibe. It's never good, but you believe it's good. I genuinely thought they can't be bullies because they're my friends. Plot twist, they can. And you better realize for your own good. So this is a very important video for me, and probably for you too, so stay. We always tend to idolize friends for some reason. Don't get me wrong, idolizing friends is beautiful. But when friends start to make you feel bad, then you know something is wrong. I've always been a weak person. I don't hide. I've always been the quiet child. I've always been the perfect victim. I've always been the perfect target. I mean, who are you going to throw all your anger and feel better by doing so? To the weak child that never speaks, right? Because I would do the same if I was a bad person. So, in school, I had a friend. She wasn't too lucky with her life herself. She had a mom that was very strict, didn't let her do things, didn't let her go out, even in birthdays. You know, she couldn't go to most of the birthdays parties that she was invited to, meaning she will stop getting invited. If we were finishing the course, and she had to buy a pencil because her pencil was this size, her mum will be like, "I'm not buying you any pencil for the rest of the month before we finish the course. So if you finish it, it's your problem. Like, you better don't finish that pencil." And we'll dress her with her brother clothes for years and years and years and years and years and years, to the point that you could see that the trousers were short for her and they were not girls' shorts or trousers, jeans. But she still will have to do so, because what is she gonna do? I know you might think it's not a big deal, but if you put yourself in her situation where you're starting to see all girls dressing up, putting makeup and trying to look cute and this and that, and she wasn't allowed to do those things or even going to normal birthday parties, that might have been hell for her. She wasn't even allowed to study what she wanted. So I can't really imagine how much of a hard life that might have been, but I can, though, because I was her best friend. I thought we were friends for years. I saw all these things, and it started slowly, okay? It wouldn't be so like die, right? It started very slowly, briefly. Like, I'll do something new in my hand, she'll be like, "You look so ugly. You look horrendous." I would do my eyebrows the first time I did them, which, I'm not gonna lie, they were not gorgeous, but you know, we were so little, and she told me, "Those eyebrows look horrendous on you." And I remember we had a friend that had done the same thing, the same eyebrows. And I said, "Oh, but you said that on her it looked really good." And she told me, "Yes, on her it looks really good, but on you it looks horrible." I mean, I cannot explain, you know, when you're going through like puberty, teenager, you feel really insecure, you're trying to find yourself, you're trying to love yourself and love every single bit of you that you hate at the moment. So that crushes your soul. And it started with little things like that, and because we were all the time together, I let it go. Because I simply could not understand how a best friend, someone that I spent all her time with me, I can understand why I couldn't connect that a friend could be a bully. Because to me, a bully, like we all think, is someone that doesn't know you, someone that's not your friend, someone that you don't talk to on a daily basis, someone that you don't meet for homework or you don't talk to. So having someone that's supposed to be your best friend becoming a toxic friend and a bully, it's very hard, especially for a young person, to realize. So that was me. For me, it was very hard to realize. And in fact, it wasn't me the one that really realized, it was my parents. I do think I realized, but I just couldn't believe it. So this kept going on. If a boy in the class told me your hair is beautiful, she will grab me a note saying, you know, or you think and know what he's saying is irony, right? It's a joke. And I was so insecure already. So I thought that the guy was probably joking about my hair when he said that to me. But just to fight her, I'll be like, no, replying on the note, no, I don't think it was a joke. And then she'll give me back the note and he said, well, I think it is a joke. That is so evil. So I experience this all the time, and every single thing I'm not saying, kind of, I am telling you the exact things that happened and how I lived word by word, leaving school, high school, going home. We lived closer. You know, you will look yourself in a second in a mirror's car, in the car of a no, in a mirror's car, like just 1 second to check your hair or something. And she'll be like, stop looking, it's gonna break. Don't look in the mirror, it's gonna break. But she wasn't joking. Because I know the sentence sounds like a joke, but it wasn't a joke. You know when things are a joke and when things are not? And I remember once even my sister was like, answered back, because she was aware of what I was experiencing. You know, it wasn't just a small thing, it was a set of everyday single comments bullying me. And I think I've realized of being fully aware now, and I'm like, wow, I really went through that. Like, that's just so unfair. I wish I had said something, but obviously with years you learn, so you should never blame yourself. You know, if you're in this situation or you've been, you should never blame yourself, because the truth is that you probably in that moment wouldn't even know how to react. But if you know, obviously do react and say something. Get rid of that person, don't hang out with them even though they're your friends. Because if they're your friends, they suck, okay? So, yeah, and I don't know, it was so many things. I remember also she was a bit overweight, and I've never was overweight. Maybe at the time I wasn't super skinny, but I wasn't overweight. And she used to tell me all the time that I was fat, and that we should both do exercises, or we will see a cartoon on a French class, and she'll be like, oh, to be 2 cartoons really, really fat. She'll be like, oh, look, they look like us, you know. And I never even spoke up because I didn't know what to say. She used to tell me, oh, you're much bigger than that girl, which it's evil for both sides, right? Like, you should never judge someone for their weight, but you should never bully someone whether they have that body or not. But the fact that I didn't have it, to me, it was even worse, because I remember telling her, well, no, I'm not. And she looked at my eyes. She will look at my eyes and be like, yes, you are. And I'd be like, no, I'm not. She'd be like, yes, you are. You're much bigger than her. And I remember so well at the time, I could not understand how someone could look at me in my straight eyes with a straight face, say, yes, you are, and lie to me in such manner. That made me believe it had to be the truth. Because if my friend is saying such thing, it must be the truth. And those things, I still remember them. And I like to talk about it because I can't help thinking about how bad I felt. If I already had a low self-esteem, it went even more down. And I remember even my parents realized, and they were the ones, thank you, that pushed me to stop hanging out with her. They told me, look, I know that you think she's your friend. I know you think you're going to be very alone, but you need to not hang out with her anymore, because this is messed up. And that's how I stopped hanging out with her. And I became much happier after that, because no one should ever tell you this. So you're in a situation right now like this, and you just know that a friend that you have is telling you ugly things and making you feel bad, please tell your family, your parents, a friend, I don't mind, tell someone you care, love and trust, and then don't hang out with them anymore. I know you might tell me, Haley, they are my only friend, and I'm sorry. I know, it's hard. If they're your only friend, it's really hard. But it's much harder to keep allowing that behavior and to keep being treated like poop. That is harder, and you don't deserve that. Because that is going to affect you in the future. Even if you get through it, I still think about it. And I still somehow wish I had stopped it earlier. So if you're in a situation like this, remind yourself you're not the things you're told. You have your own criteria. You know how gorgeous you are. You know what you did in your hair, new haircut. You know you love it. Don't let anyone else, please, be a critic to say that it looks good or bad when you already have set an opinion on how you look. Because then that person has you in your life like that. And no one should ever have that power. I really hope that this sat with you. I have thousands of stories with friends and friendships in high school and left alone in school. I have a lot of traumas if we talk about friendships and being left alone. But even talking about it, years go by, but that always stays with you. The why. Why? Like, why do people have to be rude to someone that's quiet? And you know what? There's no answer. People just sometimes don't even do it with an evil heart. They just are trying to be cool, just like everyone else. You're the one that's just trying to be yourself. So you are way cooler. Don't you ever forget that. And comment. I have an Instagram account, we can talk. I just want you to know that you're not alone. I felt so lonely. Only God knows how lonely I've felt and how lonely I've been. Only God knows. All those trips by myself, being left alone because I'm quiet, that crushes your soul. In another videos, I'll talk about more experiences. But you're not alone. And I hope this video helped you to realize that you're amazing and you don't need to be quiet just because your friends are saying mean comments. Then they're not your friends. Let's stop normalizing, please, friends that are evil, friends that tell you ugly things to be funny, to make fun in a group. Those are not your friends. I am so sorry. I'll see you soon. Take care. Big hug. We can be friends. I would love to. And I'll see you very soon. Bye. For you.